Check, check, check. All right, Lightning fans, hi, welcome. We've got the Tuesday night showdown tonight, but we're a little delayed for the start here, and it's not gonna be a 6:30 start as you've already guessed. But the apparently the Notre Dame bus went to the wrong location here in Lacrosse, and then of course with the construction on Highway 16, they had a heck of a time getting to Logan, so they got here later than they wanted to, and so we've pushed the start time back. I don't know exactly. I've heard it could be as late as 7, but it could be also earlier than that. So we'll just kind of keep things. We'll keep streaming until they're ready to go, and then we'll kick things off once we kind of are closer to the start of the action. So hang with us, and we'll get started before we know it. Thanks. All right. All right. Well, welcome, all everybody. Thank you for joining our live stream tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Logan High School.
We've got a first round matchup here in the WIAA Lacrosse playoffs.
Today's game is a regional contest.
We're just letting the PA announcer is making a few announcements, so I'll hold on for him.
In just a moment, we will announce the starting lineups. Before that, I'd like to remind you that the school district of Crosse and the WIAA require good sportsmanship and education-based sport events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. And now for your starting lineups. First, we'll start with Notre Dame Tritons. Starting at goalie number 0, Henry Truss.
So the teams right now are getting their starter introductions in place. So just to kind of give you a recap of what's in store for you tonight. We've got a opening round playoff game between the Lacrosse Lightning and the Green Bay Notre Dame Tritons. The Lightning come into this game with a 6-5 record overall. Green Bay comes into this game with a 7-11 record overall. They were 2-6 in their conference. They're over in the Bay Valley Conference, which is in the Green Bay area. Lightning, of course, are unaffiliated with the conference, so every game they've played this year has been a non-conference game. These two teams met earlier this year. They met way back, the very first action of the season back in March 29th, where Lacrosse beat Green Bay by the score of 11-9. And then they met up again 2 weeks later on April 12th, and the Tritons exacted revenge in that game, 9-6.
Senior number 3, Grayson Beam.
Again, you can probably hear the clapping in the background. They're giving some introductions.
Senior from Luther, Sam Hackbart. Central senior number 11, Jarrett Ellis. Another senior from Central, number 12, Charlie Seehafer. Also from Central, sophomore, number 16, Luke Adams. Starting in net, your goalie, senior from Luther, Brant Hunt. From Lacrosse, freshman, Robbie Seehafer. And a senior from Central, Zach Adams.
All right, so they're finished the player introductions. They're going to do a national anthem. We're going to have to actually cut out for that one. We'll be right back. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
I forgot to say last.
So yeah, nice national anthem there by Mr. Sauter, who stepped in and is doing our announcing for us today. So he does such a great job always, both announcing and doing the national anthem. So, but we are ready to start action here as the two teams take their positions on the field. Again, it will be the Lacrosse Lightning in their white jerseys, maroon shorts, against the Tritons from Green Bay wearing their blue shirts, blue shorts. And these two teams have met up twice already this year, so interesting to see how the rubber match will work out. Green Bay is coached by Max Salzschneider. And Coach Salzschneider really made some changes between the first game and the second game this year. Saw a much different defensive approach and some changes on the offensive approach from their first meeting to their second meeting. So it'll be an interesting chess match here between Coach Salzschneider and the Lightning coaching staff to see kind of how they respond to each other this time around. So first game between these two, you saw Green Bay play a lot of straight up man-to-man defense. They ran their offense from the wings and from the X. And in the second game, you saw some face guarding going on from Green Bay on defense, and you also saw them run more of their action from the top, with their midfielder, Siak. And that was effective. So Green Bay came away with a victory for that game. So we're going to get ready to start things off. In the center, X is Zach Adams, number 45, is going to face off. You'll see him take most of the face-offs today. And then he's going to go against number 23 for the Tritons. That is Dylan Wojda. Grayson Viam, number 3, is on the near wing. And I believe that's CJK, number 7, on the far wing. And we've got an early start there by the Lightning, so Notre Dame will begin the action. This is Siak wearing number 1. Out there for defense for the Lightning, you got CJK number 7, Grayson Viam number 3. Looks like Hackbarth number 9 is out there. Jared Ellis number 11. In goal, of course, the senior captain, Brant Hunt, wearing number 20. And there's an errant pass that gets away from Tritons for a moment. Tritons kind of settling in. There's a nice little stick poke by Luke Adams. Knocks it out. Luke Adams gets it to his goalie, Hunt. Hunt pushing it up, looking for K. Okay with a nice catch. K is coming with a head of steam. He's got Siak on his back. K winds up. Can't get it to release. And it's loose. Seehafer over there. Charlie Seehafer looking for it. WIAA, he'll rip a shot. That one hits a lot of traffic. I think that one got deflected. A lot of early action. You saw the Lightning really want to be fast and aggressive there, it looked like. Now the ride comes from the Lightning. In goal for the Tritons is Tressler wearing number 0. And the Tritons get the clear and get it over to Siak. Alex Siak, to me, is kind of the engine, the straw that stirs the drink for the Tritons. He does a little bit of everything. He'll play tough on the defense. He'll manage the middle of the field. And he's one of their top scorer and assist guys. All right, Lightning looking to get settled now after a little loose ball action there that they weren't able to come up with. Gets it up to Hornacek. Hornacek, he slips briefly on the field. Is able to get it off to his teammate. Hackbarth chasing Siak. Hackbarth staying with Siak. Here comes a slide by Luke Adams. Now he's doubled. He dumps it up top. This is Vogel. Vogel, their other top scorer on the year. Vogel dumps it down. Here's a shot attempt. That one hits the side. Oh, that went in. It looked like it might have hit the side of the net at first, but just snuck in the bottom corner. Long shot, kind of through some traffic. So the Tritons draw first blood here. As that was, I didn't catch the number there. Did you happen to see who got that one, Brad? In any case, early lead for the Tritons. Here's Adams. Adams with a clean draw. Adams wins the draw, but he gives it up. And a pass up ahead, and Ellis is there. Ellis trying to get through three, but loses the ball. And now number 5, Schmitz, comes away with it for the Tritons. He'll pop it over to the other side. That's Hornacek. Hornacek being guarded by WIAA. Here's a shot attempt by Hornacek. Deflected and picked up by Kay. Kay quickly ahead to Seehafer. Charlie Seehafer, one of the captains here for the Lightning, wearing number 12. He'll get the touch. Now the Lightning will get some offensive players on the field as they begin their action. This is Gerke wearing number 30. Gerke, ooh, dangerous pass. Almost, now it's number 72. Hofsenberger almost got a piece of that one. Gets it down to Robbie Seehafer in the X. This is that position behind the goal. Here comes Viam. He's trying to work around. He takes the shot before the slide can get there, and he gets the bouncer to go past Tressler. Viam gets the equalize. VM wheeled around after getting the feed from Seehafer, wheeled around to the top before the slide could get there. He let a bouncer go to get past Tressler. 1-1 now. A lot of quick action here to start this game. Again, we're running 4 12-minute quarters. This is Zach Adams again facing off. And Adams wins another one. Gets it to Hendrickson wearing number 2. And again, Lightning will bring on Gerke and Kay. Lightning getting a play called from their sidelines. Seehafer comes around. He'll take the lefty. Bouncers go wide. Seehafer had some space there. This is Hendrickson. He'll looking for Seehafer. Charlie Seehafer able to gobble it back up. Hendrickson back up top to Viam. Viam being guarded by Postier. Poister and Viam saw a lot of each other last game. Here comes Viam coming downhill. Gets past Poster. He's going to shoot another shot and he scores. Viam with a shot coming straight downhill. He stepped way back. Once he had the ball, he stepped way back, made Poister kind of come out beyond his comfort range. And VM was too quick for Poister on that one. So now the Lightning take the lead at 2-1. Looks like it's going to be Woida and Adams again matching up in the center X. Adams gets another win. That's going to be big for the Lightning if Adams can keep that up today. Adams needs to get into the attack, into the goalie box. There he does. He's only got, from the time he gets possession on this half of the field, he's only got 10 seconds to get that touch. The touch being the area inside of the alleys, so that there's the yellow lines on the field that you see running from the end line up to the 30-yard line. That marks the alleys. So inside of that and inside the 30, kind of represents that goalie box. Here comes Hendrickson from the X, draws a crowd, still has possession though. Boy, spinning out of trouble. Boy, nice work by Jax to maintain possession on that one. A lot of traffic there. This is Irwin up top, number 8. Gets it off to VM, number 3. VM looks like he's going to roll up top again. Looking at Poister. Poister this time, better job staying in front of him. He will wind him around. Trying to get past him. Now he dumps it off to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's shot is good. Jax Hendrickson from way outside. Gets past Tressler on an actual missile. Didn't look like he had a lot there, but he saw an opening and he threaded the needle. So Lightning get another one on the board to make it 3-1. And what's been key here so far this game is just the possession time by the Lightning. You know, Adams is doing his part, winning these face-offs. Lightning have done good possessing the ball, not making any silly mistakes, turning it over. And that leads to a lot of possession time, a lot of chances. And so far, more goals. This time Adams scoops it out first, but it's won by the wing for the Tritons. That was good hustle by Vogel getting in from the wing, but quick turnover by the Lightning. And it's right up ahead to Hendrickson. Hendrickson being hounded now by Hornacek. Hornacek doing a number on Jax, but Hendrickson staying in there. And now Lightning have possession. They'll wait to set something up. Here's Robbie Seehafer, winds around, looking for 2. Oh, he had an open Irwin in front of the crease, just couldn't connect. WIAA fighting back there in the far corner. And that one's going to roll out of bounds and goes to the Tritons. So on this field, we are playing, you see the big wide sidelines, the big white wide sidelines. We are playing the outer edge of that. Here comes Siak. He's dangerous, but he draws Jarrett Ellis, one of their best on-ball defenders. And Ellis does his number on him. So Ellis gets the turnover, pushes ahead to Adams. This is Zach Adams, the older of the two. He'll dump it to VM. VM will get a touch. He's looking to attack. Gets past Poister. He'll take a shot and a goal by VM. Lightning looking to be relentless on the offensive end here. VM that time again, just had Poister out too high on him. So a little bit of a change, what you saw from the game that these two played earlier where the Lightning lost. You saw them work Hendrickson and VM a lot on the wings. And now it looks like you're seeing VM and Hendrickson work a lot more from the top. Oh, Adams might have carried that one too far. So once he takes that face off and he's got the ball on the backside of the stick, he gets one step and he's got to do something with it. Adams just couldn't quite get it out of his stick. He took about 2 steps, so they're going to call the hold there. And possession went to Tritons, but Tritons threw that ball away. And I believe this will be Lightning ball. But I think there might have been a stoppage prior to that. Maybe
they never whistled
maybe
for a
somebody
start.
restarted too quickly, or
They never whistled for a start.
they never whistled for the start. Yeah, so Tritons started before the referees had intended to. So a break there for the Tritons. Here comes Siak. He's got K on him. Passes off to Hackbarth. Long pass over to, who's that, Vogel on that side. There's a shot. That's saved by Hunt. That was a long shot by Vogel. But Hunt quickly got from near post to far post and got the save. But Tritons were back there to retain possession. Here they come. Oh, spins out away from 2. Oh, huge save by Hunt. Now we've got a loose ball. Now this is picked up. This could be trouble. We've got numbers for the Tritons. Hackbarth did a good job staying connected, though, to Vogel. And I believe Lightning got called for an offside. So Lightning will bring a 7th player to this side of the field until and unfortunately they're going to draw a second flag, so that didn't work out. So we're going to have a 30-second offsides on somebody. And then I think we might also get a cross check called on. Looks like the offsides, I believe, was on Irwin. And Irwin may have gotten a cross check as well. Trying to figure out if this is two different players sitting or if this is one player sitting for both infractions. Looks like it's going to be 2. So I think K got the cross check. So tall task here now for the Lightning. They're going to be down 2 players. They'll be defending with Jarman, Hackbarth, Ellis, and Luke Adams. And the Tritons will attack with their 6. So golden opportunity here for the Tritons. It will be huge if the Lightning can keep them down. They only have 30 seconds on the offside penalty to kill, but the cross check is probably a 1 minute. And again, the Tritons started early here. Okay, they didn't start the clock. Thank you, Brad. Okay, so Lightning. They'll sink in. Jarman comes out. Hackbarth rotates around. Siak's going to come up top. Looking for somebody near the crease. Tried to dump it over the top, but dumped it over an amazing hustle there by both Hunt and Vogel to trying to get back to that ball. And Hunt won it. So huge play there, especially being down 2 players. With a chance to kill at least one of the penalties, which they do. So I think now it's only a player down advantage, a player advantage now only for the Tritons. So Lightning dodged a huge bullet there when they were down 2 players, and now both penalties are released, and Lightning are back at full strength. So that's one. That was an opportunity that Tritons let slip through their fingers. You get up 2 players, you've got to get a score. Lightning did a great job of killing that one. Good work by the 4 defensive players that were out there. Huge work by Hunt to get the possession back. And now the Lightning back with possession. Little cutter there. Seehafer, he'll take a shot, tries the bouncer, which has been successful on Tressler. But this time just bounced too high. So Robbie Seehafer, number 21, comes out of the X. He'll work around to the top. He's got space, and he scores! Robbie Seehafer, all the way from the back, from the near corner, and just winds to the top with speed, and just Notre Dame not ready for that. No slide came at all. Seehafer then was matched up, basically one-on-one with the goalie, and he gets a goal on the board. Nice play by the young Seehafer. Only a freshman, so he's got a promising future in front of him for sure. Okay, so it's Adams facing off against WIAA. So, look, Seehafer thought he had it for a second. Well, sticks are flying. They almost got to be careful they don't get a cheap one there. Now Kay working on it. Who is that? That's Schmitz. Kay giving Schmitz all kinds of business. Maybe too much. He draws the yellow flag. And he's going to get called for a push with possession. So it's going to be a 30-second penalty. So Lightning will will have to attempt to kill another infraction. This time helping Hunt out in goal. He's got Hackbarth. He's got Hackbarth, Jungman, Ellis, Jarman, and Luke Adams.
They're looking just to hold possession so they can keep the face-off.
Okay, that will be the end of our first quarter. So after 1 quarter complete, it's Lightning 5, Tritons 1. Starts, I believe the Tritons will, since they had possession when the quarter ended and they were up a player, they will start the next quarter with possession. They won't have to face it off, which is probably a good move the way that Adams has been winning a lot of these face-offs. So
Absolutely.
We'll be back in a little bit and get to the second quarter. So yeah, we want to give a special shout out. We got a lot of good fans in the crowd here today. So we want to give a shout out to some of the past alumni that showed up to help us out. So Nicholas Jarman, Anthony Wagner, Theron Smith over here. So
Who's the first president of the Lacrosse Club?
and we got our past president over there, Sarah Smith, showed up. So
Sarah Smith. Hey, your little wave over there.
So we're ready to start the second quarter. Teams switch halves, and like I said, the Tritons will have possession here to start because they had possession at the end of the first quarter and they were up a player. So Lightning still have one in the penalty box. And here comes Siak wheeling to the top. Gets it to... Oh, there's a quick turnover. Nice play by Jared Ellis to get the turnover and ground ball and gets it back to his goalie Hunt. Now Hunt's looking for an outlet, trying to get this clear started. Luke Adams on the near side. Luke Adams working past a couple. Keeps it in. Hackbarth keeps it in. Do they have enough players on this side, though? No, they don't. That's offsides. That's going to be Triton ball. So we had a couple long sticks trying to help out this clear, but too many of them came across and ended up with 7 players on the right-hand half of the field. So, well, timeout called. So a timeout called. I'm not sure who called that. I assume Green Bay must have called that.
They had possession, so you'd assume they'd
So-
had to.
Made it sound like that.
So the teams will talk it over here, as we're just a few seconds into the second quarter. Referees during some dead ball times will do some stick checks, make sure pockets aren't too deep or shooting strings aren't too low, and just make sure everything's on the up and up with the equipment that all the players are using. I was actually telling Brad and Ben before the game that I forgot to remind my son to check to make sure his stick was legal. So thankfully, looks like he passed the inspection, so that's good.
It looks like the Lightning called that timeout.
So heads up timeout called by the Lightning bench. Not only did they avoid an offsides call against them and a turnover, but instead they get to retain possession. So good call over there by Coach Fetterman and Coach Vandenberg to take that timeout and keep possession.
I think he was more concerned about the 10-second to get the touch.
Oh,
Because they had bobbled it around center.
yeah, true. Okay, so Lightning will passing things around. Hendrickson gets a pick from Seehafer. Hendrickson now on the near corner. Being guarded by number 17, that's Chosa. Beam gets it to the far side now. Over to Seehafer. This is Charlie Seehafer's shot. Ricochets off Tressler and goes out of bounds, but his younger brother, Robbie, is there to keep possession. So when that shot rolls out of bounds, when a shot goes out of bounds, whoever's closest to it maintains possession. If it's a pass, then whoever touched it last, the other team gets possession. Here comes Seehafer. He gets around one, tries to get it off, and now there's a loose ball scramble on the near corner. Robbie Seehafer comes away with it. He puts on the Jets. Tries to get around one, but I think he got close to being pushed in the crease there. Just was able to keep his feet out of the crease. Gerke now looked for a cutter for a moment. Now Kay working on Schmitz. VM will roll. Schmitz comes to him. VM tries to center it back over to Kay, but there was a lot of traffic over there. Seehafer on the far side. Gets it up to Gerke. Gerke over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's shot is off the mark. Don't know if Tressler might have got a piece of that with his cross. But VM will start the action from the X. VM waving Hendrickson away. He's got Poister on him. Poister, the big-bodied defensive player for the Tritons. That ball's loose. Still looking for it, and that is Schmitz. Picks it up. Schmitz, that's a couple times that they've been physical with Schmitz, and he's lost the ball. Hendrickson, tries to work around three, but he's going to end up sitting in the crease. But he draws a flag because of it. There's a shot that goes up and over. And now the Tritons are going to have a penalty infraction on them. This is a cross check. And it looks like that's Vogel that was hustling over to the sideline. Vogel, we'll see who they call this on. Siak, number 1. Okay, so Vogel was just coming off to get another long pole on. Siak comes off. Lightning have a player advantage for a minute. There's a shot attempt by VM that's well off the mark. That ball just didn't quite settle right in his pocket. Kind of came off wildly there. But Seehafer over there too. Oh, and there's I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but whatever that was, it was ended up in Tressler's cross. So Tressler will start the action. He'll try a long pass up head that's picked off by Seehafer. Tressler, I'm not sure. Seehafer felt he needed to take that shot. Tressler had no problem getting back into the crease, but there's another bad pass by Tressler that's scooped up by this time by Kay. So the Lightning Ride doing its job here, maintaining possession. Kay gets it over to Hendrickson. Hendrickson was trying to go top bar, but a little too high.
We are back to even.
And now we are back to even. So Triton are able to kill that penalty. And now VM working on Poister. Gets it over to Hendrickson. Quickly down to the X to Seehafer. Seehafer spins around, goes for the dunk. He does. Gets the goal. Charlie Seehafer drove him upfield from the X and then spun back for the dunk over the top of Tressler.
Scoring number 12, Charlie Seehafer.
Nice play by Charlie Seehafer. there are going to be some opportunities from the X at times. We saw the younger Seehafer do it earlier, and now the senior Seehafer does it for the Lightning's 6th goal. But the Tritons are keeping some of their wing defenders kind of out on the Lightning's offensive wings, which that leaves some room around the crease. So you can attack from the X, because that slide from the wing is going to be late getting there when they're so far out. Here comes Adams. Quite a battle in there with Tritons, but it's Vogel coming away with it. Oh, he loses it off some nice pressure by Hendrickson. Hendrickson just stayed glued right to his hip, and that ball came loose. Adams is there to scoop it up, and he'll bring it all the way down to the other end of the field. Zach Adams will come off the field. New player comes on. There's a shot attempt that bounces high. And the Lightning will put their ride on. Tressler in goal, walking it up. And we're going to get a call here. I guess they're going to call that a push, loose ball push. So possession will go to the Tritons. Boy, they're just daring Tressler to make those long outlet passes, though, and he has not beat them today. Lightning have got a number of turnovers off of that strategy. Tressler's pass is just a little off the mark. Now, Siak eyes an opening. Nobody's there. He's going to take a shot, and it scores. Boy, the Lightning were all out of sorts. They just left a huge alley for Siak. And when you're talking about one of the Tritons' best players, you can't leave him unattended like that. So the senior Siak takes advantage of the Lightning mistake. Captain Jarrett Ellis gathers up some of his fellow deep holes and talking that one over. So Zach Adams will be in the center against Wojda again. Wojda this time gets the better of him. But Adams comes back with a stick check from behind, causes this loose ball. Charlie Seehafer gets it. He's got to work through some traffic, though, if he's going to clear this ball. And he's out of bounds. So good pressure by the Tritons. That was Volk, number 3, pushing Seehafer out of bounds. Gagan now will start the action in the near top corner here. Six to 2, about 5 minutes left in this quarter. Balls to Hornacek up top. He gets past Jungman. Gets a slide from the slide came from Hackbarth. But looked like the Tritons were going to have a chance there, but just couldn't handle the pass. A good pressure by Luke Adams to cause that one to roll out of bounds. Luke looked around like he was maybe going to get a push on the back, but nothing called. Okay, so ball's in this near corner. And that is CJK, number 7. You'll see CJK. He'll go from long stick to short stick throughout the game, just depending on the situation. This time he's got the deep hole. And Seehafer gets it on this side. Seehafer looking to get the touch into the goalie box. He does. And now, like I was just saying, here comes Kay with the short stick this time. This was a mid-season change. You saw CJK play primarily deep hole first half of the season, but there's a shot by Kay, saved by Tressler. But about mid-season, they wanted to take advantage of some of CJ's talents and kind of have him as a dual role. Here comes Siak. He's going to put the pressure on the Lightning. He gets around a couple. He's going to take another shot, saved by Hunt. Big save by Hunt there as Siak is coming with a head of steam. Gerke now on the defensive end. This is Luke Adams defending in the X. There's a feed to Siak in the center, and there's a goal by Siak. That was a good play. Volk working out of the X. Drew the slide from the Lightning. That left Siak in the middle, and Siak too good to be left alone in the middle. So Siak gets the third one on the board for the Tritons. So a little change in momentum here. Tritons getting the last two goals of the game, and certainly look like they're a little more energized than they were in the first quarter. We'll see if Lightning can get things back. This is Wojda versus Adams. Good hustle from the wing. That was Jarman, got there for a moment. And there's contact. That was Hendrickson. Got a good body check on, but to no avail as here come the Tritons. This is Gagan. Wheels it out after getting a touch. Tritons looking a little more settled now. Here comes Siak working on Hendrickson. There's a shot. Tritons will start from the corner. Defense applied by Luke Adams. Slide comes from Ellis. And I think that was a pass. And they're going to give that to the Lightning. So that pass must have went off of a Triton player. And now Ellis will start on the near side. Oh, good pressure over there by the Tritons to cause that. Okay, I think they called it last off of Ellis, I think. So good pressure over there. Good pressure by the Tritons causing that turnover. Ellis had nobody to go to with it. He's kind of stuck on the sideline there as the defender closed in quickly. Okay. Siak staring down Seehafer. Seehafer works with him. Siak's going to work out of the X. Comes around, gets the slide from Ellis. Hackbarth covering the middle. It's good defense there by the Lightning. This is Jarman coming back. Hornacek gets past him. There's Gagan, gets a one off and punt. Big save by Hunt as Gagan had point blank on the weak side. And Hunt kicks away with his shin. And we're going to have a timeout by the Tritons. We just want to say thanks to all of our sponsors you see on your screen right now. All of these businesses do a tremendous amount of work in the community, not just for the Lightning, but for many other organizations throughout the community. So please take a look at them. Some first-class businesses here. You can, if you've got a project coming up or in need of some services that one of these companies can offer, please reach out to them. They're, like I said, top-notch businesses to work with, and can't thank them enough for all that they do for the Lightning Club. We got a live stream going right there. So, all right, we're back after the timeout by the Tritons. Minute 21 remaining here before half. Tritons have kind of gotten some momentum going here in this second quarter, and they would love to go in to half being only down by 2 if they could get another one on the board. Lightning would like to get this ball back, and they would like to go up by another score here. There's a chance. There's a ball loose in front of the crease. It dribbles out to Hornacek. Hackbarth coming way out on Vogel. Now he'll hand off to Hendrickson. Ball in near sideline. This is in CX Crosse. CX gets it down to Gagnon. Gagnon will take it to the X. Green Bay running a lot of their offense lately from this X. Here comes Gagnon. He gets the slide from K. Comes back the other way, gets the slide from Ellis. Gagnon coming around, saved by Hunt, and smothered by Hunt. Big play there by Hunt. And he gets the ball out to Seehafer. 15 seconds left. Seehafer's going to try to get, if nothing else, keep this out of Triton's hands. 9 seconds. And we've got a timeout as the Lightning are going to want to talk this one over and see if they can get a last-second shot off. So coaches Fetterman and Vandenberg will talk this one over with their squad. Hartley and Wilson over on that sideline. Get in the hands of somebody, let them wheel around, maybe to the top, rip a shot, or we'll see what they come up with. Brad, you were just mentioning how some of the action is reminding you a little bit about their first meeting.
More than reminding, it's almost the same score, I believe, for the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, in that one, the Lightning got up big early, and the Tritons chipped away, got it close, but never could quite get over the hump. We'll see how this one plays out. But before thinking too far ahead, we got 7 seconds left in this half.
If it does play out the same, that's good for the Lightning because they did take that one away.
Yes. So we've got Ellis starting the action, number 11, in the far alley. We got the rest of the Lightning all bunched up in front of Tressler, goalkeeper for the Tritons. And Ellis is just going to dribble one out, and Cape's going to pick it and fire it, and that will be the end of your half. So, after the first 24 minutes in the books, we will go to halftime with the Lacrosse Lightning holding a 6-3 advantage over the Notre Dame Tritons.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready? You're on.
Welcome back to the second half. And we're here.
What's our score?
The score is Lightning 6, Tritons 3, and
Second half.
getting ready to suck in the second half. Enjoy.
Right, as you heard from our guest announcer, Elsa Lau, we are ready to start our second half. So we'll see. Here we go, second half. So the first half, just kind of recapping things. Lightning came out with a lot of pace, a lot of quick action as they took an early lead. Had a ton of possession time in that first period. And then in the second, Tritons seemed to get their legs under them a little bit. They looked a lot better. They started having possession of their own, and they've kind of gotten this game to where it is now, 6-3. So Zach Adams now is going the wrong direction, but gets it off to Hunt, and they're going to have to work quickly here if they're going to get a failure to advance. So that ball's loose. Over on the far side, WIAA's got it. And now Lightning have possession. So WIAA's going to try to work around. He's going to get a touch in the box and gets it back up to Hendrickson. So nice work there by the Lightning after Adams won the face-off and kind of got a little turned around. But Lightning have possession after all. So Seehafer coming from the X. Works around two. Doesn't draw a slide. You saw how Poistra stayed out on that wing. He kind of gave a little cursory stick check to Seehafer as he went by, but did not slide. Here comes Hendrickson. He takes a shot. That one bounces off, back up, loose in front of the crease. Now being fought for by VM and Seehafer. Seehafer's there. This is Robbie. Robbie gets it up top to Kay. Kay comes around down the left side. He's looking to knife his way in. He tries for one, and he gets we've got a flag down. No signal yet from the referees. That ball is sitting in the goal. I think they're going to talk if he was in the crease or not. The fans are applauding. We're going to get a push and a goal by Kay. So a quick goal by CJK as he kind of wound around and jumped across the front of the crease and put it in over the top of Tressler for the Lightning. Quick strike by the Lightning to start the second half. The penalty flag, that push, those are waved off typically after a goal when it's a 30-second variety infraction like that.
Head south.
So Adams will start again in the center, working against number 23. That's WIAA. And Kay comes in from the wing to win the face-off for the Lightning. And he gets the touch. So a good win there again by Zach Adams. It's been a powerful tool so far for the Lightning in this game. Ooh, there's a quick chance by Hendrickson. Hendrickson's defender kind of gambled, trying to go for the pick, tried to intercept the pass. That left Hendrickson some room. Not able to capitalize, though. Hendrickson being guarded by Chosa. Crosse staying right on Hendrickson. Hendrickson tries a little wraparound, kind of a little jump shot, going back to his left hand. That one's off the mark, but VM is back there to maintain possession. VM will work on poise here. Gets it to Seehafer. Seehafer with a shot, and that's saved by Tressler. So good look. Lightning a little late to get this ride on. Good save by Tressler as Seehafer had a nice look. Now Tritons working this ball up the field as Lightning are a little bit unsettled, but good play by Adams and Seehafer working together to win that ball. Hendrickson with a little shimmy and go. Oh, that one might have been off the post. And we're going to have a substitution call against the Lightning. So somebody came onto the field before somebody came off. And so Triton are awarded the ball. And Tritons try to get it up ahead to Siak, but Ellis is there. Ellis staying in bounds. Ellis, a big-bodied defender. Oh, Siak, nice stick check from behind. And now Ellis and Seehafer and VM are working on it. And now Gagan's got it as he's going to bring it across. Quick action here now from the Tritons. They've got a man open on the near side. Oh, boy. Lightning dodged a bullet on that one. 16. And now Hunt's got this ball. He's going to bring it up. He's running into some trouble here. He needs to launch this one. And we're going to get maybe a timeout call by the Lightning bench. Lightning bench didn't like where that was going. So they're going to call a timeout and get things settled on their end. What was that? He was? Was he going nuts over there? Oh, he was out? All right, so after the Lightning timeout, the Lightning will have the ball. They will start the action from the alley right in front of us here. Yeah, Lightning will still need to get a touch once we restart action. Hendrickson gets the touch. And he'll retreat back out as Schmitz giving him all sorts of action. Schmitz pops it out. Poyser going for it. Hendrickson trying to get it back. Hendrickson going toe-to-toe with Poister. He's got probably about 50 pounds and a foot on him. But Jax was battling. That ball is loose. Still working for it. Somebody has it there. That might have been Luke Adams had it for a moment. Now Ellis has it. He'll retreat and flick it up, trying to find somebody open. Loose near midfield. Team's got to be careful they don't get offsides when they're loose ball right around midfield there. And we're going to have a failure to advance. Oh, no, we're going to get a push. We're going to go loose ball push. So Tritons will have this. Hornacek will start the action up top. There's a shot that's, whoa, that one kind of took a funny hop. Looked like Hunt had it, but then it kind of scooted off to his left. Dangerous pass in front of the crease. Hunt's looking to smother it, but now he's got it, and he flicks it out to the wide open Luke Adams on the other side. Luke Adams will get it to Kay. Oh, Kay misses it. VM is over there on that side. Lightning need a touch, though. VM's got it. He's looking to attack. He'll take the shot and a goal! Goal by VM. And he's pumped about that one. So the Lightning had a kind of a pseudo-transitional opportunity there. It was kind of a 3-on-3 opportunity there and a lot of space for the Lightning to work in. And VM's able to get another one on the board. That makes it 8-3. It looked like the Tritons, well, I think both the Tritons and the Lightning midfielders were a little slow getting back after all of those midfield battles. And that left the attackman and the defensive men to hash it out at this side. And the Lightning are able to get the goal. Ball now on the far side. That's K, number 7. K, number 7. He'll start to work downhill. Turned away by Boulier. Big contact there as Seehafer tried to split the double team, but the double team closed before he could get through it. Tressler has had some shaky passes today, so there's another one. That one's picked off by VM. VM's got a one-on-one with Tressler. 80 scores! VM picked the pass off. Tressler's pass was off the mark. VM was there, and VM took advantage of it. Had to work around one defender, but he did that, and then it was just him and Tressler. And VM's had the better of Tressler in those matchups so far today. So Lightning now firmly getting the momentum, have seized the momentum solidly back in their favor after the Tritons had a solid second quarter. Zach Adams facing off against Wojda. No, I'm sorry, that's not Wojda. That's Hornacek taking the face-offs now. Hornacek took that one and wins it for the Tritons. Here comes the Tritons. This is Vogel working on Luke Adams. Hackbarth will D up from the X. Hackbarth not allowing Hine to turn the corner on him. Hackbarth doing a nice job. We've seen Hackbarth's defense really come on in the last 3 weeks. He's got, certainly, you can tell he's a lot more comfortable out there than he was earlier in the year. Hackbarth did a great job on Bailey from Kenosha 3 weeks ago. Big play by Ellis there to pick that one. And wow, what a nice backhanded pass up to Seehafer. Seehafer, a little low pass over to VM. VM's got it. And VM gets the touch. VM will roll to the top. Draws 2. He'll dump it off, and Lightning will get set. Good defense at the other end by Hackbarth and Ellis. And then, of course, the always steady Seehafer getting the clear for the Lightning to get them this possession. Oop. Lightning trying to work this ball around a bit. Seehafer brothers will switch spots. Now this is Charlie out of the X. He draws Vogel. Spins around, finds VM in the center, and a goal! Oh, beautiful little two-man game there between Charlie Seehafer and Grayson VM. Charlie Seehafer from the X took Vogel one direction, spun around, left him in the dust. Tritons had to slide, and that left VM alone. That play all made possible by Charlie Seehafer. Again, that time the slide came as Charlie worked from the X. The slide came, but it came from the center of the field, not necessarily from the wing. So that left a hole in the middle, and Charlie found it. Zach Adams. And Zach Adams is going to shoot it down to his goalie there. Good thing Brant Hunt stays awake there on those faceoffs. He's got a... No, that was a good win, though, by Zach Adams. But the quick turnover by the Lightning or get it right back to the Tritons. This is Jarman putting some defense on Siak. Siak's a tough guard. Jarman trying to stay with him. He gets a little help from Hendrickson. Oh, and there's a goal by the Tritons. Everybody was watching Siak, and rightfully so, but he found the open man on the weak side. That was Chris Vogel with a quick catch and shoot to kind of break the run by the Lightning. Lightning had rattled off 4 unanswered there to start the half, so Tritons desperately needed that score. Back to the center we go. This is Wojda versus Adams. Adams gets the win, looking to dump it to somebody. Gets it to Luke Adams. Luke's going to carry it forward, and he loses it. Ball still loose on the far side. Now it dribbles all the way down to the 20-yard line. Still loose. And we're going to get a failure to advance. Lightning had possession. They didn't get it. They didn't advance it. Lightning bench is arguing, hey, the Tritons had possession at some point there. That should reset the counter. Well, it doesn't appear like any of the arguing in the world's going to change the call, so it'll be a failure to advance on the Lightning. And the action will start at the top with Hornacek, number 4, being eyed up by Hendrickson. Hendrickson seeing a little more action on the defensive end this game. We saw that a little bit at the Badger invite as well. Nice look. I don't know what they call it. What do you think? Crowbar or something like that? These deep holes, they got names for all sorts of their maneuvers. But a nice play one nonetheless. K to get the knock the ball loose, but it's right back to Vogel. Ellis now putting all sorts of pressure on Gagin. Gagin passes off to Siak. He's got Luke Adams looking at him. 35 seconds left in this quarter. Notre Dame may be content just to hold this and take the final shot. They get it down to Gagin. I'm sorry, Hornacek. Hornacek trying to get around Hendrickson. Hendricks dumps it to the X. Hackbarth putting some D on. Looked like almost a ward call there. The bench is calling for it. 3 seconds now. Siak's going to take a rip a shot here. Nope. That will be the end of the quarter. Strong quarter by the Lightning as they extend their lead 10-4, outscoring the Tritons 4-1 in that quarter. So big quarter for the Lightning, and we'll see if they can continue the action on in their favor for the fourth quarter. Okay, getting ready to start the fourth. Brad, what have you been seeing here from the goalie's perspective so far? That was a strong quarter defensively for the Lightning.
Yeah, the defense has really stepped up for Lacrosse. They are getting a lot of stick checks that are affecting the shots. Most of them aren't even making it to the goalie.
Yeah, doing a great job with their positioning, limiting opportunities. Yep, solid effort there in that third quarter. Okay, teams will switch sides. Lightning in the white, Tritons in the blue. Zach Adams will face this one off against Hornacek. Good hustle by Charlie Seaver coming in from the wing. Face-off win by the Lightning. On will come Kay and WIAA. Over to the far corner. That's Robbie CA for 21. He loses the ball temporarily. Trying to get it back. He does, but he's Spins out of trouble, gets it to K. K down to VM. He'll walk to the X. He's got Poister on him. VM spins back the other way. Draws a couple, looking. Nothing there. Flips it up to Seehafer, and there's a goal. Whoa. Robbie Seehafer finishes it. Robbie Seehafer finishes off the goal. VM drew a lot of action there. Somehow found Seehafer. And a wonderful start to this fourth quarter for the Lightning. They got the face-off win. Nice long possession that finishes off with a Seehafer goal. This time, Woida wins it for the Tritons. Ball is loose, though, as K reached over the top and checked it out of his cross. Now ball's up for grab. Who's going to get there first? Ball's down, and Siak's got it. Zach Adams thought about a hellacious stick check, but thought better of it. Here comes Vogel, working through, gets past three people and fires one wide. Boy, Vogel did a nice job really weaving through some traffic there. Just couldn't get a clean shot off. So the action will start they're going to have them bring it over to the alley. This is number 3, Volk. We'll start. Lightning trying to get organized here. Nobody marking Volk here to start.
Zach did get a 1 minute slashing.
Oh, all right. I missed that. We did get a slash penalty. So Lightning are going to be down a player. There's a shot attempt saved by Hunt. Hunt tries to flip it up towards K, but it's Jungmann that comes away with it. Jungmann tries to flip it up to upfield, but it's gobbled up by the Tritons. Here come the Tritons now. Again, the Tritons are up a player. Here comes Vogels. That shot bounces in front of Hunt and over the top. Good effort by Ellis. Ellis knowing how important those possessions are, especially down a player. Giving it all he had, but he was beaten to the corner. Good hustle by Hine as well for the Tritons to get over there first. Here comes Gagan. He'll feed Siak. Siak with a lot of space, but boy, it looked like K might have closed on him just in the nick of time.
We are back to even.
And we are back to full strength. So good penalty killed by the Lightning. Vogel getting a little frustrated. Boy, he's drawn a crowd every time he tries to step into kind of his sweet spot, that intermediate shot area. He's drawn a lot of people. He just can't get his stick clear of all the traffic in there to get a good shot. Credit the Lightning. They're collapsing on him when he tries to make his way in there. This is Jungmann defending on the far side, number 44. There's a pass up to Siak. Nice catch by Alex Siak. Seehafer turns him back. Seehafer just trying to keep Siak from getting to that top spot. That's where he was dangerous against them when they played in Green Bay. Jungman went for it. Looked like he might have got a slight push in the back, but nothing called. Now we're going to have now we got the call. Call from the other side of the field. Like I said, I'm not sure what this near side referee, it was right in front of him. This looked clear as day to me, but the other referee and referees did not whistle to start, so Seehafer brings it across the midfield stripe, dumps it off to Gerke, number 30 on the far side. He'll wheel to the top. Yellow called from the Lightning bench as they thought about taking K off, but nope, he's going to stay on. There's a shot by Gerke. That goes wide left. Now it's VM on the far side. Dumps it off to, who's that, Seehafer? Seehafer tries to, little tough angled shot there. He didn't have much net to work with, but that shot rolls out, and VM's there to retain possession. Henriksen, near alley. Oh, tries to get it on. Just a errant pass, turnover. Tritons will begin the action. Long pass up of head. Wow. Long pass and tough catch. Hornacek was there, though. Here comes Vogel. He's been, picked by Ellis. Ellis just had his stick in the right place. Ellis with such good stick stills with that deep hole. Lightning willing to be patient now at this end. Seehafer gets off to VM. VM working on posture. Now here's a shot and ripped and saved by Tressler. That shot was Charlie Seehafer had a lane, but Tressler saw it well and made the save. And that pass is going to go out of bounds back to the Lightning. Got a great crowd out here for tonight's game. We got to be pushing 200 folks, probably 200 strong here, watching this game. A lot of people from the community, a lot of young Lightning players and their families came out to watch this one. Friends of some of the students here to watch the game and cheer on their friends, so that's great to see. Gerke will get it to this side. Hendrickson. Back up to Gerke. Gerke thought about it for a second. Gerke. He'll take a shot. That one goes wide as he tried to work around Crosse. Crosse and Hendrickson have been locked up all game today. That's been a good battle between those two. So you can see Crosse, number 17, always keep an eye knowing where Hendrickson is. Here comes VM. He was working from the X. Trying to get around Poister. VM's shot goes off the side of the net, and Tressler will be there to scoop it up. Tressler gets it out to Poister. Lightning trying to get some pressure. Tritons get it across midfield. Now they get the touch. Here comes Siak. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't get a push with possession there. Now we're going to get it from way over on the other side of the field. I think it's the right call, the push with possession, but unusually see it called from that far away. I'm not sure what this guy on the near side, he really doesn't want to call anything. Like I said, I think it was the right call. It was a push with possession, but
I agree. Just the flag was awfully late.
Yeah. It was pretty obvious, and I think the far ref is like, gosh, that's so obvious. I got to call it even though I'm 50 yards away. So, Lightning will be down a player for 30 seconds. As the Tritons will go to work up a player. Try to get it to the weak side, but broken up. Who is that? That was Hackbarth over there. He's been in a lot of action. Hackbarth's been active today. Luke Adams moving his feet well. And that's going to kill the penalty. That ball dribbles out to the side where Hunt comes out of crease to get it. And now Hunt's got to hustle back. Here comes Vogt, and his shot's off the mark. Boy, Vogel's upset with himself. He's been frustrated in the second half. And I think that shot just added more frustration. He had Hunt out of position, and he couldn't connect. Now Siak loses it. Kay's right on top of him. Good close by Kay. Kay gets up looking for Boberg. Boberg and Jungman over there. Boberg with a big hit. And now there's a little talking over there in front of the Lightning bench. But ball is loose over in front of the Triton bench. Now the Tritons have it. There's a centering pass. It's not handled. Ellis was there to disrupt that attempt. And now we're going to have an interference call. Okay, we're going to have an interference call against the Lightning. So you can body check and you can stick check a player, but that player's got to be within 5 yards of the ball or 5 feet of the ball, whatever it is. But the call was he wasn't close enough to the ball to be able to take that contact. That ball's shot up top. Trying to get a shot off. Kay disrupted that, but Hunt saves it. I think Kay's D took the steam off of it, and Hunt saved that one easily. And now we're going to have a penalty called on Hornacek. This is Hornacek, a senior out of Notre Dame. Most of these players on Notre Dame are from the Notre Dame Academy, but they do have a couple players from Ashwaubenon and Freedom. Minute 44, Lightning have this one in hand, and I'm certain some of the emotions probably are getting a little bit to some of the Notre Dame seniors as they look to be closing out their last game wearing their school colors. So Hornacek will be in the box for a minute. Gerke and Hendrickson playing catch. Now goes to the other side. A shot attempt, high and wide. Stays with the Lightning, and the penalty is expired. Both teams back to full strength. Veum still looking to put some moves on. He'll try another bouncer. That one's high. Robbie Seehafer playing his X position perfectly. He's back there to keep possession for the Lightning. Oh. Ball loose. Good hustle by both teams. And that one gets out to Schmitz. Schmitz getting it back to Siak. Siak takes one across the thighs. And Ellis will just flip it back to his goalie, who sees the open man upfield. Nice outlet pass by Hunt. Boy, we've seen that throughout the game. Beautiful outlet passes by Hunt. Not so great passes by Trosse. That's been one of the big differences in this game. As the Lacrosse Lightning are victors 11-4. And they will go on to the second round of the playoffs in a historic night for the Lightning program. They get their first WIAA playoff victory tonight. And they will go on to play Wanakee on Friday night in Wanakee. So again, thanks to our sponsors supporting both the high school team and the youth teams in the area. And again, as we conclude things here at Logan High School's field here in Lacrosse, Wisconsin, where the Lacrosse Lightning are victorious 11-4 tonight, as they will go on to play Wanakee Friday night. We'll plan to carry that game if they will allow us. And we hope you join us Friday night. Thanks again to Brad Hunt and Ben Jarman for helping me out. These guys do a terrific job. Thank you both. And thank you for joining us. See you next time.